Hello and welcome to Megawatt, the Tech Week in View. I'm Katie Scott and I'm going to give you a rundown of the biggest news stories of the week and what we thought of them, and we've also got some breaking news about Yahoo and Microsoft, so stay tuned. So we said at the beginning that we had breaking news about Yahoo and Microsoft. Well, here it is. As you recall, talks have been going and then stopping and then going and then stopping since February, but apparently it's all off. Yahoo's released a statement saying that the talks with Microsoft about a possible merger or acquisition have now been stopped. Yahoo says that the reason is that it's decided not to sell its search business, which is an integral part of Yahoo. Microsoft says that Yahoo is daft walking away from the deal, but that's that. And in the meantime, Yahoo has signed up to a massive ad deal with Google, more details of which are available on Pocket Lint. Now back to the Tech Week in View. So I'm pretty sure Mr. Carl Icahn and his crew are going to be having an absolute temper tantrum over the announcement that the talks are off between Microsoft and Yahoo. But earlier on this week, we had a story about Google and the fact that it now equates to 87% of the searches in the UK.
I bet I can guess what search engine you use. Google, maybe? Well, you wouldn't be alone. In fact, 87% of us in the UK use the search engine to find stuff online. It pales in comparison to the competition, which second place is Yahoo, third place is MSN, and fourth place is Ask. In fact, Ask has a measly 3% of the search engine traffic from the UK. Why is this interesting or exciting? Well, Google have managed to somehow increase their market share by 12% over the last year.
Well, we don't have the figures for the US or indeed for the rest of the world. But along with the announcement that the talks are off, Yahoo said that its ad deal with Google is back on. So basically, Yahoo's going to be providing advertising for Google searches. Now, if that figure for the UK, the 87% figure, is true across the world, then maybe Yahoo hasn't made such a stupid move after all.
We thought we'd finish reporting news from HP's Connected World event in Berlin. However, it turns out that Katie Scott has dug up some gossip for us. If you thought the MacBook Air and the HP Envy looked similar on the outside, it turns out that you probably wouldn't be surprised that they look pretty similar on the inside. She met up with Voodoo founder, the makers behind the PC that HP bought, to find out whether or not they used the Intel Air chip as rumoured. His response, he wouldn't confirm or deny the rumours, suggesting that he probably has used that chipset.
I've just come back from a 3-day HP event in Berlin, and one of the last keynote speeches was given by a guy called Phil McKinney, who is the Chief Technology Officer, and he was talking about concepts of the future, which was very interesting in itself, but he also talked about technology now and talked about this perfect storm of innovation. So basically, designers are coming up with ideas incredibly fast, but the technicians seem to be able to meet their ideas with the technology that they have. Now, how I thought this was interesting was the Voodoo MV133 laptop, which has obviously got an awful lot of attention. But as soon as I came back to the UK, I noticed on blogs and news sites as well that the focus seems to be not on what the Voodoo MV looks like and what it does, but the fact that it might have the same Intel chip as the MacBook Air. Now, coming back to the perfect storm of innovation, what I quite liked about the idea was that there's a certain amount of magic behind it. You know, these technicians are coming up with amazing ideas, and there are people there who actually can magic up the ways of bringing them into fruition. With the Voodoo MV, I feel slightly that by all of this overanalysis, we've actually killed off the magic.
We're here at a rather subdued launch of the Canon EOS 1000D, a new entry-level digital camera from Canon. What's the deal? Well, it's 10 megapixels. It comes with a 7-point AF priority setting. There's no spot metering. It's got a 2.4-inch screen on the back, and basically it's a cut-down version of the 450D, looking probably to replace the 400D, although Canon say that the 400D is still there, and the 1000 represents a new model SKU. What's the catch? Well, at £579, including an image stabilizing lens, it's rather expensive. And certainly when you compare to online prices of the Nikon D60, double the price, which might mean that this won't get off the ground when it launches in August.
So the thing about the Canon EOS 1000D is that at £579, it's actually more expensive than the higher spec and hugely popular Canon EOS 450D, which you can now get on play.com for about 450 quid. Obviously, it's come down in price since launching. So why buy the 1000D when it's essentially a pared down version of the 450D? Well, I'm not entirely sure. Canon is saying at the moment that they're not going to pull the 450D off the shelves because, as I said, it's hugely popular. So if the 450D is still out there and it's cheaper than the 1000D, what exactly is the attraction of the new entry-level model? That was the Tech Week in View, our rundown of the biggest news stories of the week and what we thought of them. Join us on Monday for the usual news and views from the world of gadgets and technology. And in the meantime, have a cracking weekend. Thanks for watching.